Juice, you had sent something to me, and I put it up here. This was amazing. The NBA had ranked the players. They got Donovan ranked sixth. Was that? It's a six or eight?
No, eight. He's ranked eighth.
Eighth. They got Mobley at 16, and then they got Darius at 25. Now we got the three of the top 25 players,
right?
And well, you know, I didn't look it up. What was Allen?
Allen was ranked 49. So we got 3 out of the top 50. I mean, 4 out of the top 50.
Yeah, so I mean, we prime. I mean,
and DeAndre Hunter is ranked too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's ranked too. Right.
I didn't go past 25. I was like, well, I couldn't believe. I was like, I mean, I believed it, but I was like, I was happy for that, you know, just to see as far as like the props that we're starting to get now, because you know how being a Cleveland fan down here, man, we've been down in the hole for a while ever since, you know, LeBron's been gone. We're picking it up with these young boys, man. They amping up. And
well, just think about this graphic that you showed. Each and every time in the NBA, and we can go all the way back to the Lakers, when you had 3 players ranked in the top 25, that season probably ended up either playing in the championship or winning the championship. Boston had that. The Lakers had that. And then quiet as it kept, it moved up to the Bulls. They had that. And then we know the Warriors had that. And we know at one time, they didn't win the championship, but they did make it to the championship, and they never should have broke this team up. OKC had that with Westbrook, Durant, and Harden. Still to this day, I don't know how Harden was coming off the bench. But, hey, they still had top 3 players in the 25. They lost to Miami in the championship, but they did make it. So the recipe to have 3 top 25 players either get you to the championship or you win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't bet against the Cavs.
So we got our
resident plus 650 was looking pretty good to me, right. Juice. I was just checking it out on the
I was saying we got our resident Jimmy the Greek Las Vegas Dre Day. I said, well, let me bring this up because he can tell us what all this means. What does this mean, Dre?
It means you got $100 burning a hole in your pocket. You put it on the Cavs, you get $650 if they win the championship. Plain and simple.
I might have to try that one.
Man, at one point though, it was plus 1,100 earlier in the season.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, it was plus 1,100.
Yeah. So $100 would have got you $1,100, man. So they, the Cavs, you can tell the odds are getting better for them and worse for the person that's putting the money down. But you don't take them now, that number's gonna continue to drop. By the time the playoffs start, it'll probably be plus 450 or somewhere around in there.
And the Cavs are hungry. You know what I'm saying? They know it.
They're hungry, man.
They know
this
it.
team.
They know
this team. And being a Cavs fan, I've been a Cavs fan since day one. Literally day one. I was born in 1968. Cavs came around in 1970. And I used to listen to Bobby Bingo, Smith, Austin Carr, Jones, Campy Russell on the Wi-Fi stereo on the radio when I was a kid listening. And I was singing "Come on, Cavs."
What's that song? Yeah, I was about to say "Come on, Cavs." So make it happen.
And I stuck with them twice when LeBron left. I was the only one watching them. I stuck, and Reese will tell you, I'm like, man, you watching them? Everybody else was watching the Lakers. I was watching the Cavs still. I would call somebody up. They'd be like, "Who on the Cavs?" I'm telling you, man. So I'm proud of this bunch because they did it organically. This team has grown. We've seen them pay their dues. They paid their dues against New York that year. Came back the following year. Actually, we go back to the Atlanta playing game. We've seen it over the last 4 years. So people forget. You gotta die before you get to heaven. You gotta crawl before you walk. This team has already been through them phases. They lost that play-in game they should have won against Atlanta. The following year, they lost to the Knicks, got humiliated. The following year after that, they came back, won the first-round series, and beating Orlando and gave Boston a pretty tough series, considering the fact that Donovan got hurt and Allen. So nobody wants to mention that. You know, we want to talk about Big Perk. You want to talk about Porzingis and Holiday being out during a regular season game. Nobody's mentioning how, you know, in the playoffs we didn't have Allen or Donovan. They're not giving them games back. So the heck with these people nationally. The Cavs is here, man. Whether they want to believe it or not, whether they like it or not, the Cavs is here.
Yeah, I agree. Best roster in basketball.
Well,
top to bottom.
From top to bottom. I
Best
totally
roster.
agree with you. Yeah. And I think they got, this is hard to say, I think they got probably the best coaching staff in basketball.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
I think their coaching staff is huge. But the one thing I will say is this, JB, what you doing in Detroit is impressive.
Absolutely.
I will say, JB, you did something that I didn't even believe that could be done in Detroit. And I know you're not going to win the coach of the year because it's going to be in Cleveland. He's going to win the coach of the year. But JB, you should finish second. You really should.
Yeah. Hey, JB's phenomenal. You know, you look at the Okuros, the Wades, the Sam Merrills, the Craig Porter Juniors. Like, all that was because, you know, he was playing them and he gave them those times. So, yeah, man, JB's a fantastic young coach. Communicates well with the young players. I don't know what happened with, you know, with the Cavs or whatever, but man, he's a fantastic communicator with young players. He's fantastic. He did it in Memphis before he left Memphis. That's how
now, I don't know. I will say this. I don't know if an injury helped their team, but it seemed like Detroit instantly got better when Ivy got hurt. And I know he's sitting on the bench and he's cheering his teams on or whatever, but if I was Detroit, I might trade Ivy. I might move him because they instantly got better when he got hurt. So sometimes
you gotta look at Cade though. But you know what? Cade stepped his game up. The twin Austin Thompson stepped his game up. Malik Beasley stepped his game up. I don't want to give up on the young player like that because you are going to need him. You drafted him high. He does have to fit in. But it's just kudos to the other players for just stepping up, though. You know, and another thing Detroit has that a lot of people don't talk about, they have a veteran team. They don't have as many young players. And that young brother Duran, the center, is coming up too.
No, he's
doing too, man.
Yeah, he's
Watch
all right.
out for him. Watch out for him.
Yeah, he's all right.
The twin, Austin Thompson. Watch out for that dude, man.
The twin in Detroit played just like the twin in Houston. If they twins, and if you actually changed them, you wouldn't even know.
Yup.
They play just alike.
Man, them dudes are defensive piranhas.
They are incredible.
They the new age defensive dudes. They're 6'6", 6'7".
Right.
They can guard everybody. It doesn't matter what position they are.
Yep.
And they can guard them without no help too.
Right. They're good. Both of them. They're good. Yep.
Well, you guys, we got a comment from 9J. Is it safe in here as a Cavs fan? Yeah. It's safe. It's safe. Hey, we Cleveland sports all the time, man. We do Cleveland sports, Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes, and we do current sports events. So always, man, this channel is all about Cleveland sports, but we do current sports. So always, man, subscribe so you always, get us on the panel on the weekends for sure. They said Ty Jerome is averaging 25 points a game when Darius is not playing. That's crazy.
Well, let me give you this. Let me give you this stat on Ty Jerome. Since you just said that, I got it on my Facebook account. Let me give you this stat on Ty Jerome. It's only 3 players in the league that's averaging 20 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals per 36 minutes. It's Luka, SGA, and Ty Jerome. Only 3 players in the league that average that.
That's crazy.
For 36 minutes.
Wow.
That's how good Ty Jerome is.
Wow. Most improved player, man.
Yeah, but back to signing him again, Daryl. Back to signing him again. I believe he'll sign. You know, Dan Gilbert's gonna spend the money. I'm a firm believer too, and things happen in life for a reason too. Let's not forget, 2 former Virginia Cavaliers are on that won championships are on our team, and them two dudes happen to be best friends.
Best friends. They're
And-
not gonna break that up.
Right. And Donovan Mitchell and Ty Jerome played together in the AAU ball coming up. I think Ty
That's
Jerome's
true.
dad was Donovan's coach.